Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sky.Onjahnae. If you are new here, I make faith, femininity, and self-development videos. If that's something you're interested in, then stick around, homegirl. I really just have 5 points to make, and the first one is femininity being a weakness, okay? I don't know where people are getting that from. A lot of times it comes from men who aren't masculine and women who live in their masculine. And that's because they don't really understand that God made us feminine. So that's where we live in. That's where we thrive. That's where we work from our feminine side. I also don't like how being on a feminine journey is all about glitz and glam and looking beautiful and, soft life, not a care in the world, when it's a lot of hard work to unlearn masculine behaviors that the world forced us into. So when all you're doing is glamorizing the process, you're not telling the truth of what actually goes into it. So unlearning things like pride, being aggressive, confrontational, work-oriented, doing, all of those things that are masculine traits, it takes a lot to unlearn them, which is also another reason why starting your feminine journey is not weak. It's actually very strong because it takes a lot to do that. You've been accustomed to certain things for an extended amount of time throughout your life, and now it's like, okay, I have to learn and unlearn and learn new behaviors. That's not easy. That's not glamorous. It's a lot of self-reflection that goes into it. And I just don't like how it's being glamorized and they put so much emphasis on the beauty aspect. While that is important, yes, as a feminine woman, as a Christian woman, you should carry yourself in a certain way and present yourself in a certain way. But that's a tiny piece of being feminine. I think a lot of content also emphasizes having a romantic relationship, being feminine for a man. And I think that confuses a lot of women because I do see videos of women saying they can't rest in their feminine energy because they don't have masculine men around them. Now, while yes, we do need masculine men to balance our femininity, but that's in a sense of being provided for, lifting heavy things, being taken care of, things that men do. And that's not limited to a romantic partner. That can be your father, that can be your brother, your friend, a cousin, a male in general. But when it comes to being soft and caring and how you carry yourself, your confidence, none of that depends on a man being around. There's so much emphasis on finding a romantic partner and how to be feminine so you can get a man and get married. While that is beautiful if you really, really want to be married, but if that's your sole reason for embarking on your feminine journey in the first place, it won't last because you're not doing it for yourself. You're doing it for a man. Essentially, you're doing it for someone else to notice you. It should be something that, I always say, this should be something that is for you and to make you better. Granted, doing the things will make you appear better, but if you aren't actually doing that inner work, it won't last, sweetie. Also don't like, when it comes to feminine style, you only see one version. Now, granted, I do fit the stereotypical, girly, pink, loves dresses, and all of those things, but that's not the only feminine style. Feminine style is really your personal style. Now, feminine women as well as Christian women, because they're one and the same, we all should dress more modestly, and that's literally just the only thing that applies across the board. But other than that, you don't have to wear dresses and heels and pink and all of that. If that's not your style, you can dress yourself in a way that fits you and also exudes your femininity, because femininity is an energy, not an appearance. As long as you're presenting yourself in the best way possible, you're not going out looking any kind of way, you are presenting feminine, because femininity is, again, it's an energy. It's something that's inside you that you exude. And lastly, I don't like that It's a lot of content telling you, oh, this is what you should do to be feminine, but they don't tell you how. That's why I think my content is a little more long-winded, because I'll say, oh, you need to be confident, and then I'll tell you steps to boost your confidence, or you shouldn't be swearing. I'll tell you tips on how to stop swearing. So I just feel like it's a lot of surface level content. Now, granted, no one has to give you this information, but if they're going to speak on it, at least let it be helpful. That's why with all my content, I try to make sure that I'm actually giving realistic tips and ways that you could actually apply these things in order to change. That's why if you are someone who is actually looking for realistic ways and tips on how to make these changes, because you truly in your heart want to, make sure you check out my playlist. I have a whole playlist dedicated to how to walk in your femininity, how to, make those changes, how to unlearn certain masculine behaviors. So definitely subscribe to my channel and follow me on Instagram, because I give even more tips over on my Instagram. Even if you're not one of those people who want to sit and watch a full YouTube video, I have picture graphics that can help you as well. But that is all I have for this video. I really hope you liked it. Again, make sure you hit that subscribe button, leave me a thumbs up and a comment. Let me know your opinion. This is also a conversation. And I will see you all in my next video.